are back, baby. We are back. Bold broadcasting coming live to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. So much to cover today. Obviously, since the last time we streamed, we now have a confirmed new president, Donald Trump. We're going to cover all of the overreactions, not just from what you would expect the left side, but also the right side. We're going to go through that. Also, we have breaking news. Monkeys have broken out, and they are on the loose in South Carolina. So we'll get into that as well. And then the squirrel and raccoon that we covered last week on Friday, well, they are back for vengeance as well. And then a lot going on X. And also we got our favorite segment, the Meme Minute, coming up as well with the week's favorite memes. Without further ado, let me introduce. We do have an additional guest joining us today, Nick DeMonday. Also, we have David there on the left, and then Ashley as well at the.
Why don't you say my last name?
Would you like me to?
You're saying why do you say his?
Feel out of place?
Because I'm doxxed and everything. Don't worry about me.
I'm doxxed too.
Oh, okay.
My last name's kind of messed up, anyways.
Yeah.
Who here has gotten hate over the last?
I've lost at least 10 friends on Facebook.
I know Ashley's been through the ringer. Ashley?
Oh my goodness. Everybody is so mad.
Yeah.
Like, not just at me, but like the Instagram stories were wild the past couple of days, I must say.
People have become unhinged.
Very.
So last week we ended the show talking about the squirrel peanut and how the New York busted down the door, no warrant, took the squirrel and the raccoon.
They had a warrant.
Did they have a warrant?
Yes.
Oh.
But it was like a FISA court BS.
Yeah,
like
garbage.
Police state warrant.
Yeah. So, anyways, sad to hear that they put down, they executed the two animals, both the raccoon and the squirrel, which I think honestly probably gave Trump a little bump, because we know that was all spearheaded by Democrats. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. So, anyways, Trump won the election. You know, Kamala Harris put in a concession speech, and at her concession speech, look what happened. Call it a little foreshadowing, groundhog shadow, squirrel shadow, whatever it was.
Groundhog
it predicted.
shadow.
So you can see here, there's the squirrel at the concession speech going across the stage. Yes.
That's funny.
And then also, you also have the squirrels were getting ready to fight. And here you have the squirrel out here doing a little bit of kung fu. And so, they were getting ready for the rebellion.
Well, we got the monkeys breaking out. Well, if squirrels start breaking out, now they know how to use a stick.
And also, so this is at LaGuardia Airport in New York. And so you have a raccoon dropping down from the rafters, Mission Impossible style there. You have, it drops in, and you know what? Is it?
That's Spirit. No wonder it's Spirit.
It is Spirit. Not surprised that Spirit Airlines has raccoons falling from the ceiling.
Why would anyone fly Spirit? I think this is the bigger.
The funny part though.
Do you guys not fly Spirit? I thought you
No. I would rather drive cross country than fly Spirit.
Yeah, the funny part here with this one is that the people there in the terminal were like screaming. And I'm like, bro, it's a raccoon. I'm like, calm the hell down.
Yeah, they got raped.
They act like a
It's a rat. Okay, what would you do if you saw a raccoon? No, come here.
Yeah.
You would?
I would, man. Embrace the raccoon.
They're so
Okay.
cute.
You guys are, they're so cute until they bite you and give you AIDS.
AIDS?
Okay.
AIDS.
AIDS is crazy.
That's what we're going with. AIDS.
Yeah.
All right. So you have let's see here. On other news. So we know Trump obviously won the election, but the surprising outcome from the election was more than just him winning the Electoral College, but Trump also won the popular vote. But funny have it, before this election, the Democrats were parading around this idea that they should get rid of the Electoral College and go only to the popular vote. And so, you know, it's interesting. Now, do you think that they're still going to get behind that? The fact that Trump won the popular vote, you think they're still going to try to get rid of? Because this was another narrative here. You have, I can't pull up my laptop, but Rocco, if you want to pull this up, you have Democrats calling for the abolishing of the popular vote. So now they want to dismiss the popular vote and go and only do the electoral college, which Elon Musk proceeded to do the crying emoji.
Well, only one of them counts.
Well, she still got destroyed in the electoral college,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a.
You know what the craziest map I saw? Did you see the California map comparing it
was-
from 2020 to 2024?
Wild. That was wild.
That was crazy. Pull it up. Just go on
Which one
X
is it?
and put California electoral map.
Yeah,
2020 to 2024. I was astonished.
Yeah.
Also, there was a clip on CNN where they show like, oh, in which counties did Kamala Harris outperform? And then Jake Tapper and the other guys are, okay, well, these are all of them. He's like, what? That not one? Not a single one? I think it was by every definition, a landslide on epic proportions. And so there's a lot of meltdowns. A lot of my friends who are in the restaurant industry, they're getting memos from HR saying they're not allowed to talk about politics because people are complaining.
Oh.
And so it's interesting. I don't know. Ashley, what are your thoughts on how this election kind of played out?
I mean,
Did
I'm
it go as you
excited how it
expected?
played out.
Okay.
I honestly thought that Camel Toe was going to win.
You thought she was going to win?
Really?
Yeah.
Based off of what?
Based off the Democrats. They're
Okay.
all crying on their Instagram stories. I don't know.
So you think that was going to be enough to win?
Could have been.
Okay.
Because everybody, like, hates the person Trump is. Like, they don't even hate his policies. They just hate him.
Yeah, it's
So I
very
figured they were going to vote against him.
very strange. But what does this say? What does this say that people voted against her? Or do you think people voted more for him?
And they voted for his policies because
Yeah.
he spoke the language that they were struggling with. So, people are
But she
struggling.
grew up in a middle-class family.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and now she's unburdened by what has been. So, people are struggling economically, and this is an old political adage. It's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
And so the Democrats, I have a soft spot for actual old school Democrats because they were the working class party, but they got taken over by the progressives. So it was all about like mutilating children and pronouns and just this like weird kind of ideology of essentially communism that took over that fringe of the party and its ideological capture. None of that translates over to, George, who's the guy, assistant manager at Home Depot trying to make ends meet for his family.
And then even just the traditional gay, lesbian, and bi
The
community.
normal gays.
Yeah,
L-
the
Gs
normal
and
gays. I
Ps,
mean,
yeah.
they didn't want to be lumped into all of that crap. I mean, they just kept adding letters to their identity, right?
Yeah.
And so it's this tiny demographic. I mean, when you look at the population as a whole, that the Democrats are catering to. They're trying to make whole bathrooms for
They
the 0.0001 of the population. Just
They ran out of letters, so they went to the second page of the keyboard where all the symbols are, the plus,
'Cause it's
the
plus
question
now.
mark.
Like, who would have thought
they
that,
hit shift button.
like, saying that, I don't know, maybe men shouldn't play in women's sports and there shouldn't be pornography in children's books would be a controversial issue. But it is
or the
controversial for
parades.
the left.
You also got the parades.
You do, and they're just-
it was almost like glorified. Nobody
was.
was shaming it.
Yeah.
The only time I saw shame in that parade crap was on X. I mean, you didn't see.
No.
It wasn't like ABC and NBC. They had no problem going out here and parading 34 felonies for Trump for bookkeeping, which were all misdemeanors, but you lump them all together and then you turn them into it's like they had no problem covering these things, but then you got some dude swinging his wang around children at a parade or outside at some festival with kids around, and then that that not even news. Like, I don't understand it. If
And
it was
you
19
call it out, you're told that you're like a homophobe.
Yeah, if you call it out on NBC,
Yeah.
you call it out on ABC, and so that's
there's a saying, right? The exception to the rule, right? You don't ever look at an outlandish result, right? You don't take the exception to the rule as a norm.
Mm-hmm.
You take the majority, right? And so it's just funny how they went all in on the exception to the norm, which there's a lot of like Democrats and Republicans and independents that are just like, this doesn't pass the smell test. And so why are you catering to such a small subset of one particular part of your party versus looking to expand to the masses? And I think that, along with people being sick and tired of being lied to and made themselves feel like they're stupid, is what they're seeing, what they're hearing is not true. And mainstream media is trying to push a bunch of garbage and lies. People got fed up with it. So I think it was not just a vote against the new way of the Democratic Party. I also think it was a vote against what people have been indoctrinated to with legacy media. I think it was a vote against both of those, and the people won.
It was a bittersweet victory for depends on what side of the ticket you were on. But I did want to pull up some clips here, so we're gonna go with we'll start with the right first. So here we have we'll just let these play. So here we go.
Hello, this is Obama. Hey, Obama, it's me, Kamala. Oh, gosh, it's Kamala. Hello? Hi, Hillary. It's Kamala. I think you have the wrong number.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Hello? Nancy? It's Kamala. Hang on, I'm getting another call.
So we have
Hello? Hey, Putin.
so
Gee whiz.
you also had the likes of everyone chimed in on this. Everyone was swinging for the fences. So,
guys, we dodged a bullet. Donald Trump, the OG, kept 2 warmongering she-witches out of the White House. One man.
witches.
Monumental feat. Imagine Kamala had won. Imagine the laughing and the cackling that's going on right now. Imagine the For You page on Twitter. Imagine the happy liberals. Imagine her not having to worry about appealing to reason at all, talking about how everyone's gay and trans.
And then let's take a moment to reflect.
Oh no.
This was
That
one of the
Yeah.
cringiest moments in leading up to the debate. I mean, leading up to the election.
Hey, Kamala, what are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hey, Kamala, what are we...
This election was the death of the celebrity. Like, there is no Hollywood celebrity endorsement that works anymore.
I agree. I think it might have actually hurt.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you also got to think that the celebrity landscape is changing from that Hollywood cinema news broadcast sitcom, and now the celebrities. What we're seeing is the social media and the
Joe Rogan, the podcasters,
the
Milk
podcast,
Boys, yeah.
and I think that we saw one side get endorsed by old school celebrities, and then
Everyone on Diddy's list.
yeah,
and
then-
Epstein's list. Don't forget Epstein's list.
and then the new celebrities, which was Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, Lex Friedman, and so these are the ones that are catching, that big buzz, and so I don't know. I think that the political ammunition needs to change next election. If you want to get elected, you're going to have to get the love from the podcasters, right? And the content creators.
And from my understanding,
and
a lot of
independent media
and from
outlets.
my understanding, a lot of the podcasts that Trump went on, they sent an open invitation to Kamala Harris too. She just refused to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Theo
a mistake
Von.
they won't do again.
I mean
She went on
that
SNL instead. She said, "Oh, I can't make a gap in my schedule to go to Austin," but she flew to New York to go.
literally
She
40.
went to a podcast called Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
They talk about giving blowjobs.
Yeah. No,
It's-
they don't talk about that anymore.
Oh, they
It's
don't.
all upstanding. Yeah, 'cause she got married now.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, she spent her whole career telling girls to be whores and not get married, and then she got married.
It's never too late to change. I'm curious, real quick. Do you guys think Joe Biden is happy?
Oh, he's ecstatic.
He's
Did you
ecstatic.
see how spry he was? He kind of did like a little
Did you
heel click at the
Did
end
you
of his
see his
speech.
Did you see his wife on voting day? She wore all red.
All red. Oh yeah. That's so epic.
That's a
sign.
sick. That's a sign, bro.
What if
Which we
Trump-
will get to that in a little bit as well. In the meme minute, I got some interesting Biden memes there as well. But not to say there was an overreaction on the liberal and the left side. And I'll say that I think probably the votes that were cast for Kamala Harris, just people that are just traditionally Democrat. But I think there's a small group of liberals that have just absolute meltdown. And
Yeah, we call them libtards.
Yeah, the libtards. Anyways, let's take a look here. Let's pull it up. So this one is opting. So 4B, that's as a movement, which we'll expand on this 4B thing here in a second.
Spicy. You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this thing.
Is this
Let's see what
shaving
happens.
your head?
Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Does it down, right? I think that this is too...
Don't put a guard
It's
on.
getting hair.
Put a guard off, baby.
Maybe I got to cut it. Here we go. Have I given up on America? Yeah.
wrong with
Also
people,
given up
man?
on coloring this hair because, right? Fuck coloring my hair. Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious. Fuck
There's
all
a-
that shit.
there's
Fuck
something
being
mentally
skinny.
wrong with
Fuck
people in
being
this country, man.
hot.
There's a-
Fuck
I don't
being
understand
all
the point of
things
this.
that the patriarchy wants us to be.
The
Because
patriarchy,
clearly,
okay.
they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you, too. Those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required.
Oh my God. I literally almost lost all bowel movement when I heard
These are white chairs. Be careful. Okay.
Oh, geez.
So the social media, there's plenty of this. There's a nonstop feed of these style of overreactions, people crying. But I want to take a look at.
Hold on, you're not going to show any videos of the screamers
No, I don't.
that sit in their cars?
Criers.
What
You guys
are you
failed
doing,
us.
bro? What are you doing?
Failed the woman. But like, what rights did I lose as a woman? Can we
You're a woman. Tell
start
us,
there?
actually. Did you lose
I
any rights?
have no clue what the hell I lost.
Okay.
I am so confused.
You lost some friends, I'm sure.
That's
Yeah.
different.
Did you get any attacks or any?
I got called uneducated, which is like, I guess I can just kiss college goodbye.
Okay.
I don't know anything apparently, but I don't. How the hell am I uneducated?
I don't know. You know what's funny is instead of people saying, "Well, why did you vote for Trump? Why did you not vote for Kamala?" It's you're racist and sexist. You just couldn't vote for a black female president. That's bullshit because I voted for Obama and I actually voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016.
If Candace Owens ran, voting for her, like, I don't know. I want a woman president. Don't get me wrong.
They just
not
wheeled
Kamala.
out. I'm not against having a woman president. They just wheeled out the wrong one. And
Yeah.
so
First of all, Kamala's not black. She's Indian.
I don't give a shit what she is. I really don't care.
Yeah, I know. But
but she's Jamaican on one show, and then she's
She's a
Indian
preacher
at
on
some
another.
other conference, and then she's Martin Luther King at some other.
What did she say? Praise be. No. What did she say?
Joy cometh in
Joy cometh in the morning.
did.
Joy did not come in the morning.
No joy hit the news desks at MSNBC. So
That has got to be the worst cable channel, right? MSNBC. They are so bad.
well, let it speak for itself.
We still have an electorate, 70 million plus, that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs because he didn't support him on January the 6th, who has said just in the recent days he was going to execute Liz Cheney with a firing squad, 9 guns pointed and shooting at her face. A man who has said that he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited an interview. A man who said he was going to be a dictator from day one. A man who said he was going to terminate the Constitution. A man who said he was going to use the Army and he was going to use the National Guard on his political opponents. I literally.
You're gonna
How many people are at
terminate
that?
the Constitution?
Hold on. How many people were at that desk? Not a single fucking one with a spine can stand up and say, "What are you talking about?" Not a single one can sit there and say, "What are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and notice how a week ago Trump was literally Hitler. All of his followers are Nazis, and we have to do everything we can. He's a threat to democracy. Now we we must peacefully transfer democracy to Hitler. Like, which is it?
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yay.
The Washington Post, Matt Bai, writes in part, I do think the prosecutions fed a narrative of Trump as a victim.
Yes.
I also think Democrats dug themselves into a hole on cultural issues and identity politics. Trump's vicious transgender ad in the closing weeks, she's for they, them, he's for you, was probably the most effective of the cycle.
Yep.
I think that probably landed with a lot of traditionally Democratic voters who feel like the party is consumed with the cultural issues, while the economic issues don't really change. I think people needed a reason to feel good and hopeful about voting for her, and absent that, a lot of frustrated voters apparently decided to go with the guy who wants to burn it all down.
Let's dig a little deeper, because you have that stacked on top of what happened on college campuses this fall.
So, it's funny, they have the, I guess you could say the reason or the, they just ignore the.
They don't accept it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's there. It's in front of their face. I'm not even against, Democrats. Historically, I think what they stand for now is fundamentally morphed and changed. But, yeah, I mean, it's just the candidate had no policy. She had nothing, man.
She ran against her own record.
Yeah.
Literally ran against everything she did.
And she came from a state that is absolutely falling apart, right? I mean,
if I was her campaign manager, my first thing would be, okay, his approval rating, Joe Biden's, is low. Yeah. And people equate you to him, even though you're not the president. They spent zero time trying to distance her. Okay, fine. You don't want to throw Joe Biden under the bus? I get it. At least have policies that draw and compare, that draw in difference that people can look at and say, this is what she's going to do. This is what Joe Biden did. Okay, I can see there's a difference. Not only should she not do that, when asked multiple times, what would you do different? She said nothing.
Yep.
So people are like, okay, well, I definitely don't want that. And so the messaging was so fucked. It was going in 20 different directions. They went in on the wrong things, and they lost because of it.
And then last one to cover, The View, which is a popular daytime television show hosted by all women. They had
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed-race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. Mm-hmm. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it...
That's complete fucking
It was
bullshit.
the opposite. There was no policy, and you were running on cultural.
This is what's wrong with people, is they focus on what I look like, who I don't like, who I do like, who I agree with, who I don't agree with.
Let me ask you something, David. If you were hiring someone to lead a company, let's just say you had a business, or maybe this business you're stepping away, you want somebody to run it. Do you care about what ethnicity they are? Like, do you say to yourself, I want to hire a black person, I want to hire a Jewish person, I want to hire a woman? No, in my camp, I'm just hiring the most qualified person.
I don't
care
shit
what you look like when you walk in, right?
That's the thing, is a majority of people are like that. Sure, there's extremes on both sides, right? I've seen a few comments from a bunch of dumbass people on the right, people like Nick Fuentes, who put out a tweet, said, "Your body, my choice forever." Like, it's some dumb shit.
That
bro.
That
guy's a fucking douche.
He's functionally retarded.
He's literally a douche. And then they point out, well, this is what they believe. No, that's not what we believe. I think that's the problem, is they're trying to pull us so far to the left, so far to the right, that a vast majority of people just fall in the middle.
Yeah.
Just fall in the middle, and that's what they lost. But, you don't go based off of what people look like. I don't give a shit. Give me 2 resumes. Don't put a name on there. Don't put what ethnicity they are, or where they're from, or what they believe in. Give me 2 resumes, and I'll pick one, and I'll be happy if it's a black person, a white person, a gay person, I don't give a shit. Who's going to do the best job for me, for my company? And people chose that, and I'm sorry.
Dave, I got to disagree with you, though. Because if I'm running a orchestra and I got to hire a violinist, I'm going with the Asian.
You're an idiot, dude.
What's wrong? If I'm running a mathematics company, I'm going with the Asians.
I mean, there are certain genders that excel, right? You know, women are better caretakers, and I wouldn't want to leave my children at a daycare run by all men. So I think that there is like I would.
That's like a movie, right? Daddy daycare.
Yeah, like if I go drop my kids off at a daycare and there's like 5 dudes there with like beer guts and stuff, I'm like,
anyways,
I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
And
What's
so
going on here?
yeah, and so I mean, but women are more loving and caring and nurturing, and the women are ideal at multitasking. That's why they're good at handling a chaotic household. While
Also, really got to bring up
men
stuff.
men tend to have better focus on certain projects. That's why. A woman will be talking to a man while he's like working on the car. He hears nothing. It's all. And then next week they're like, "I told you about." Like I was changing the oil. Like, well, you knew it. Not.
Were you listening on my conversation with my wife? You.
So yeah, let me pivot this here. This is gonna roll right into our meme minute as well, but big shift. So the left, the right. All of this was being broadcasted on legacy media, particularly the left, and how Kamala Harris was doing so well in the polls. And Elon Musk has been out here parading and showboating and gloating that, hey, media is moving, and it's moving to X and to other social media channels. And so is this the new news media I have here? News should come from the people and from those actually on the scenes and those who are actually, who actually are subject matter experts. So no longer are we going through some polling thing that's paid for by CNN, and then all of a sudden it says that Kamala's in the lead. It's all tactics, right? Or at least I believe so. But this moves us right into
wait, real quick. Yeah, I want to know. Polymarket, they nailed it. Nailed it. You know why?
Every single state.
You know what someone did, one of the large whales? These pollsters go around and they say, who are you voting for? And then they track it with the gender and the party affiliation. What this guy did is he went around and he said, who do you think your neighbor's voting for?
Oh, damn.
And that played a big part. And so it ties into the whole independent journalism thing is you have a platform that everyone can get so connected so easily, whether it's through X Spaces or posts.
And X is your neighbors, it might not be, physical residential neighbors, but these are the people that you relate to that probably share similar jobs to you. And so,
Elon Musk said in one of I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast, he said either we're all in an echo chamber or Trump's going to win in a landslide, and Trump won in a landslide.
Yeah. Well, here's we're going to roll right into our meme minute. So this is
Can't wait.
Compilation of the week's favorite memes. So we're going to go right into Elon Musk right after Pennsylvania came in. Once they called Pennsylvania, we had Elon Musk, and he said, let that sink in.
Let it in.
And
Wow.
Hook it up. Let them wash their hands on their way
all right,
out.
and we got Tim Walz just added vice president to his resume. We know that he's...
yeah, we know.
He's penciled in a lot of things that didn't... went to war, that didn't... Okay, so... also, we have Biden said, "Did I win yet?"
You did, Joe. You did.
You did.
We did it, Joe.
Can we get a round of applause from Joe? You won.
One of the best presidents we've ever had.
Yeah, there it is. Where is he, by the way?
I think he's in Delaware on a beach somewhere.
Is he?
Probably.
Like, honestly,
probably.
Like the fact that our president is just nowhere to be found. And
no, he did a press conference. What are you talking about?
So here we go. So this is a camel toe.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So,
who pulled that one? Was that Rocco?
Really good one,
Rocco
Rob.
pulled that one?
I don't do this.
Y'all trying to say 15% or not? Then, all right, here we go. Here we go. Criminal life hack. Wear an extra finger so photo evidence will be indismissible as it will appear AI generated.
It's actually a good life hack.
So you wear this finger, you get caught doing something.
Also, it gives you
you can write it off as that's obviously AI. That was not me.
Well, an extra finger is good depending on who you ask. You know what I'm saying?
We got to move on to the next one.
Right.
Let's get
So
pregnant
we
pause.
have here we have a hose, and then here we have Jose.
That is sombrero on a fucking hose.
A teeny
Spicy
baby
today, huh? Spicy memes
And
today.
then fact, never trust anyone who spells gonorrhea right on the first try.
Wow.
There you go.
That is in fact very true.
There you
Wow.
go. So they nail it.
Rob,
first
you look
try.
like you've maybe outed with the.
Is that spelled right or is that spelled wrong?
I don't know.
They nailed
I
it.
don't
They
know.
nailed it. Yeah,
They
They
nailed
did.
it.
Oh well, we know who the expert here
There it
is
is.
on the
So-
thing. So.
Got a lot of reports.
The
that clear?
the O is silent. Thank you. All right, so
Did you say the O is silent? Because it hurts when you go. Anyways.
oh my God, help us!
What is this show come to?
43 primates are on the loose in South Carolina after escaping a research lab. Pretty sure
Is this COVID 2.0?
No, this is
Okay.
actually a trailer for the next
Planet of the Apes.
Planet
movie?
of the Apes
Walking
movie.
Dead,
Yes,
yeah.
so it says exactly how it started. 43 primates remain on the loose in South Carolina town 2 days after escaping a research lab. The traps are being set around the Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center in Yamase. I want to know what kind of research were they doing? Because whatever they injected him with, whatever medication,
Well, I'm sure
obviously
Neuralink, maybe, right?
I hope it
bumped
was
them
just
up.
like a topical ointment that they were doing, and not some sort of like, hey, here's
mRNA vaccine.
Did it
mRNA
give them?
vaccine.
I'm telling you,
Super
it gave
monkeypox.
them some kind of. Is it coincidence they broke out? I'm just saying. Like,
Look.
I feel like he gave them some kind of medicine. And now they got superpowers. And
yeah, they're like
Maybe they got
soldiers.
testosterone. Maybe they were low T and they got a testosterone shot.
perhaps.
Dude, rhesus
Maybe.
monkeys are those are rhesus monkeys or were they macaques?
No.
Either way,
Yeah, they're macaques.
They're
Rhesus macaques.
macaques are the worst monkey. They're very human-like in their face, and they're just so gross. They're yucky.
Speaking of macaques.
So here's an image of the traps that are set for.
What's a monkey trap look like?
Well, here, ask no further, right? It's,
wow.
Just very simple, very rustic.
they got the banana, but they didn't get the leg caught. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Good job, macaques.
There you go. All right. So that wraps up that subject. Also, in other news, they sent out a wooden satellite into space. Did you hear about this?
What?
A wooden satellite.
Yeah,
No,
this first satellite made of wood is made into space. I feel
that's
like
not a satellite.
I feel like everyone but Elon Musk is going opposite direction. The U.S. has stopped going to the moon. They're about to crash the International Space Station into the atmosphere.
Why are
burn
we
it up.
sending wood?
What is that going to do?
They're I guess apparently testing out the durability of wood. It's like I wouldn't build a house with wood if I wanted it to last more than 30 years. I don't know why you would build a satellite out of wood, but
There is no oxygen, so
Yeah, what is this? Doesn't even look like a satellite.
I mean it's
yeah,
small.
there is no oxygen, so that's no way for
It
the
doesn't-
wood to
it doesn't rot.
deteriorate.
Because he said
there's
Rocco,
no- yeah.
Rocco the God Mike said
Yeah, right here.
there's no air, so it won't rot.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's a good point, Rocco.
yeah,
There's no termites in space.
that's it.
Amazing.
Unless you put it in space,
There's
maybe they
aliens.
can breathe in space.
There is no.
Well, if you put
We'll
termite
find
in
out.
wood,
Will we see like future satellites being built out of wood? I mean,
Also, Elon's creating, Starlink? He's creating Mars Link. Did you hear about that?
no.
They're trying to be able to communicate from Mars to the Earth.
Look, can we just link Las Vegas to LA first? That would be great. If there
The
was a
hypertrain has
train-
been, it's coming, okay? The
Let's link
hypertrain.
that.
What has it
It's
been, like,
being
10
built
years?
by the Democrats. The project is overrun with high costs and delays and bureaucracy. So
I need that, and I need ChatGPT to do my taxes. Until it can do my taxes, it's all Fugazi.
Fair point.
all right. So let's see what else. All right. So we know that with Trump coming in office, he's bringing in his dream team. Right. You got Elon Musk doing the Doge, or the Department of Government Efficiency. You also have RFK. Now RFK has been campaigning on make America healthy again.
Maha.
And so very interesting is that there's a lot of talks about removing the fluoride from water. So will fluoride go away when Trump takes office? And I don't know if y'all know about this or not, but majority of the water, in the United States has fluoride in it.
Yeah, you
added
know
to
why?
it.
Supposed to help with teeth.
Doesn't
Yeah.
help with
Supposed.
Yeah, but
It's never been proven.
fluoride is like, you ever read the toothpaste container? It says do not swallow.
Yeah,
Like,
not swallow.
and it's because fluoride is a
Carcinogen, right?
carcinogen. It's made of like powdered rocks. Basically, they go out there and just smash rocks and then just pour this dust into the water. And so
Solid.
it's not just, and so there's many different components of fluoride. There's like 12 or 20 different fluorides or versions of
You
it.
did your research, huh?
Yeah, man. No, I watched this nasty ass documentary on it. It's freaking crazy. Anyways, I'm a big water guy. You know that. So I got my reverse osmosis. My water.
You got
Funny because I never see you drink water. Literally never.
I drink all my water at home and then before I leave the house, because I don't want to drink out in public. You know, I got to go back to the safe
Drink out
zone.
in public.
Drink in the safe zone.
Drinking water in public might get attacked. You know, might be
Yeah,
labeled a
Maybe,
Democrat.
You never know.
You have the Aquasana filter.
I have reverse osmosis. I have added mineral stage as well, so it makes it taste like mineral water. And I got water softener.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
He's all watered out, man.
Yeah.
Water scientist over here.
Then I bottle it all up in glass bottles because I don't trust the plastic.
You don't trust?
Yeah, it's
My guy's
whole
a genius,
process, bro.
The Elon Musk of water is here.
So they might get rid of that fluoride. You know, so
That'd be
it's
great.
It's even debatable if fluoride.
You know, the craziest thing. Okay, so I'm from Sweden, right? And you know how we have like an organic section of the grocery store? There is no such thing as an organic section of a store in a place like Sweden. You go, you like look at it, you take two of the same exact brand of cereal, and you see completely different ingredients, and it's the same company making the same type of cereal because they're banned in other countries. Now here, I'm excited to see if those things actually change here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also you have, on the table is the red dye, the yellow dye, all those dyes that have been banned in European nations, up in Canada as well. And so I'm just curious to see let me ask you this. Do you think that Trump empowers RFK and also Elon Musk to do some fundamental change? Because we know that, the position of the president a lot of the time is, hey, you got an office off the back of campaign donations, and so don't mess with the system because the system got you there. I feel like, Trump at least was campaigning against that ideology and putting Elon Musk and RFK on team. Do you think he follows through with it?
I'll tell you who's shitting their pants right now is Big Pharma. They are shitting their pants right now because those are the biggest lobbyists. And I think RFK is going to have a field day with them. I really do. And I do think Trump is going to keep a lot of his promises.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff he can do through executive order.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's already said he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's already coming out with videos talking about how he's going to. He did like a 5-minute long video of how he's going to dismantle the deep state.
It was incredible.
Great.
The biggest win for that, which I thought was a very interesting strategy, made so much sense, is he said he's going to physically move the headquarters for many government agencies. He moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado. I didn't know he did that.
And let me and I don't know either. Let me give you an example, right?
Yeah.
Boeing used to be the pinnacle of engineering and right? When did it all start going down? When McDonnell Douglas and Boeing came together.
Yeah.
And they moved the corporate offices away from the engineering offices where they actually build the planes.
Yeah.
So now there was a disconnect and everything started falling apart. We know that bureaucracy would like to see it fall apart, and so I think that's a good strategy.
Yep.
Also on the agenda historically has been, or at least outspoken Trump has said that he would fire multiple cabinet members, also the chair of different organizations. You have the SEC. He's also mentioned that he would get rid of Jerome Powell, the Fed chair. Now, interestingly enough, we had a rate cut yesterday, which did see Jerome Powell take the stage and take answers from, or questions from the media. One of the questions was, what are you going to do if Donald Trump asks you to resign? That was a question that somebody proposed to.
No, he said, will you step down if Trump asks you to resign?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, and so he basically said he won't. And so do you think that, obviously the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, such a pivotal position, you could argue, is probably one of the most influential positions outside of maybe the president, the man who controls fiscal policy.
And doesn't answer to anyone.
And doesn't answer to anyone. Do you think that he would be removed if asked to step
He would have
down?
to be impeached.
But you think, well, obviously you have a Republican. But the thing is
But what
first
has he
of all,
done to be impeached?
But we're just going off of the rhetoric from Trump. Trump has said that he would fire.
But
he would
on
fire-
grounds for what? What is
I
Jerome
don't-
Powell?
well-
Like you look at someone like Gary Gensler, he's currently being looked into and investigated. You can look at him and say, okay, grounds for impeachment. We can't if he decides to just impeach him because he doesn't like him, I think that's wrong. Now, if he did something wrong or unconstitutional or against the law, then okay.
I'm sure there's something to say.
But if he wants to get rid of him just because he doesn't like him and try to impeach him, I don't think that's.
I don't think Trump would go out there and say, "Hey, we're gonna fire Jerome Powell. I'm gonna get rid of him. Jerome Powell's out of here." You know how he talks. I don't think he's gonna say that without any rhyme or reason other than he doesn't like the guy, right? So I would assume there's some narrative behind it, maybe. The funny thing is he actually appointed. It was Trump that appointed Jerome Powell. So
he did that under duress. Like Trump's first time around, there was too many swamp creatures in his administration, and so he learned that lesson hardcore. And I think Jerome Powell was a pick that he had to make because his cabinet was compromised.
And then he also butted heads with Jerome Powell when he was in administration. He had called him stupid. He said he doesn't know why.
Yeah, 'cause he started hiking interest rates.
Yeah, he started hiking interest rates.
May
and
I
then,
ask who Jerome is? I know we see him. He's a turkey neck man. Like, who is he?
He's the chair of the Federal
He's
Reserve.
honestly probably the most powerful person in the world. Probably more. He's more powerful when it comes to economic and finance than the president.
Yeah, that's hands down.
So Chamath Palihapitiya, who you may not know him, but he is the guy who invented the like button on Facebook. He's big on the All In podcast, which is a great podcast. I don't know what you like to listen to, but you'll get smart if you listen to it. Chamath said there's basically 180 people that run the world. He's not inside of it. Most of the venture capitalists in California aren't inside of it. And most of the people in D.C. aren't inside of that little bubble. Jerome Powell is in there. There's a thing called the Jackson Hole Symposium every year where a bunch of world bankers come and fly to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and they spend a week talking about financial policy. The people who are at that meeting, they're the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah. I mean, you know how interest rates go up on your car, your credit card bills, and your house, and he basically decides what that's going to be.
Yep.
And so,
Can he make my interest rate on my car go down?
yes,
Good,
he
technically.
could. Yeah, he
Well,
could. Yeah,
Get to
100%.
it?
He could also destroy the U.S. economy in a day.
Yeah,
And he might have already done it.
he could. He could. Yeah, he could have already done it. It could be in the works. The man could literally just halt the entire economy. He could crash the stock market. He can rally the stock market, and so arguably the most powerful person in the world. It'd be very interesting to see if Nick, what do you think? You think Trump will keep him at his position, ask him to retire, or do you not really have a perspective on that?
So I think Trump is going to see if Jerome's going to play ball, because there is a storm coming for the economy at the end of 2025, and so I think Trump is posturing right now, and he's going to see if Jerome's going to play ball. And he's got to have a good report.
I think he'll have Elon Musk in his ear, and I think if Elon Musk says Jerome Powell is bad for policy, I think he'll listen. I feel like Trump just listens to a handful of people.
Yeah,
and I think he has very big trust issues. That's why when he got in office originally, he only brought in his family and very close friends into the top level candidates or cabinet positions, and so I think that was just because of by nature he just doesn't trust people, and so I know that Elon Musk is now in that circle. Also, both of them, aren't going to be swayed by money tactics, right? They're not bribery because, Elon Musk is, obviously one of the richest people in the world. So, I don't know. Very interesting to see what happens there. Anybody else got anything to add here? I think we're going to probably wrap this thing up.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Stay strong.
All right. Well,
thanks for having me out.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us. A lot of fun here. This channel's pretty new. I think we were 12 episodes in.
All right.
And so a lot of fun doing this. So yeah.
I should look so excited right now. Wow.
I am so excited.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Well, we'll tune in again. We'll be here Friday next week around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, 3:30 Eastern. Till then, we're signing out live from Las Vegas, Nevada, Bold Broadcasting. See you next week.